G'day, this is Captain Noob, and this is the Plasma Cycler. This is a standalone weapon that uses the 44 Magnum sort of animations, so I'd consider it under the Plasma Revolver type weapons. Now, I did check out the Officer's Plasma Revolver a couple of weeks back, and yeah, I wasn't impressed with it, so hopefully this one can lift the bar a little bit. So getting into these attachments here, so we've got these capacitors here, or just receivers. We'll go for the overcharge for the best damage, although we're going to be costing ourselves quite a little bit of ammo capacity. That should be fine. Next up for the muzzle here, we've got the accelerator, which increases projectile speed, which is actually really tempting because I've shot this with a suppressor and the projectiles are that slow, but that damage is always very good. Also, you can make this a shotgun if you wanted to, with the splitter on the front there, which is actually kind of nice. You get 3 projectiles out of that, so give the thing an explosive effect, and you'll have that movie laugh. Anyway, for the grips here, we've got the standard, which I believe is the flare gun grip, and then you've got the comfort grip, which is also the comfort grip for the 44 Magnum. Looks very nice with that, and we'll chuck on a reflex side for better firmness. Decided actually see, yeah, we're just chucking down on a better AP usage, to be honest. And of course, you get a legendary effect, which I don't feel like we'll need that much. So this is the Plasma Cycler that we're going to use in Gunner's Plaza. Let's see how this thing does. Righto, so here we are in Gunner's Plaza as usual with our revolver thing that isn't quite a revolver, and there's the reload on it just for reference. Now we've got a little bit of a problem. We've got our shoes stolen from us. Get it? Because the modder's name is Shoe Burglar, but don't worry, we bought spares. All fixed. Anyway, we'll just go ahead and start getting into these gunners, and I want to make a point of talking about the bullet speed with this thing, so we'll just shoot this now, and yeah, it gets there after a while, but thankfully this thing is suppressed, so only a little bit of leading will have to kill these dudes, and we get a little bit of damage over time with the max charge capacitor, which is nice, or the overcharged one. But as you can tell, our damage rather suffers if we are not hitting our targets properly. So now we've been detected. These guys probably won't out-damage us because they don't have any mod weapons. We'll just go ahead and bash you to death because I can't be bothered shooting at you. And you can go down too, hopefully. So the rate of fire on this, you can change it. Ooh, that was a spectacular death. You can change it with the, I think it's the short-circuited thing, and that actually makes you able to fire faster. So if you think the damage is quite good enough how it is and would like this thing to fire faster, that's something to consider. We'll just pop a quick reload there as we can't get a good bash in, and down you go. So far this thing is performing pretty well despite being a plasma weapon with very slow projectiles. This thing is holding up pretty well. Anyway, we'll just go ahead and shoot this gunner. And yeah, aiming in third person is what I generally do with revolvers because just the animations of firing revolvers, it kicks up the sight in front of your target most of the time, so that's a little bit irritating there when you do that. So for example, if I shoot this door, notice how the whole thing the muzzle sort of kicks up, and wow, somebody's grenade happy. Yeah, I was trying to explain something, so stop chucking grenades at me. Yeah, notice how my target is completely obscured by the way I'm shooting this weapon. That is why I generally use revolvers in this game in a third-person manner. That way you can sort of keep on sight, and you don't have to deal with the colossal sort of animation in your face. Down you go, Miss Gunner, and there we have it. So we've cleared out that first area, not particularly in record time, but we're going pretty well with this. I'm pretty impressed with the damage so far. Anyway, we'll just go ahead and knock that gunner out. Almost got 2 grand worth of damage on her with a sneak attack crit. So if you want to be a stealth with this thing, or just a stealth, yeah, I'm going to be a stealth with this weapon. If you want to be nice and stealthy with this weapon, I should say, then yeah, it's completely viable, which is nice for an energy weapon because most of them are unsuppressed in the game, and I'm pretty sure there's none of them that are. I heard in a video once that the alien blaster was suppressed, but no, it's not. Anyways, we'll go ahead and knock that gunner out in one shot. Hopefully we can lead our target here, knock out that lieutenant. There she goes. Still hidden for some reason. I think it's because we've got sneak maxed out and wearing 5 bits of shadowed armor there, and that actually makes you even harder to see despite having bright sort of clothing on and being bright in skin tone, really. But yeah, we'll just accept the game mechanics as they are, and we'll try to shoot this gunner. Keep firing, she says as she punches me with a fist. You're going to die once I get this reloaded. So with this thing, it comes with pretty much all of the inherent bad things about the revolvers, except it's not a bolt action weapon, so you'll be firing this a little bit faster without having to bring the hammer back every time you shoot it, which is nice, and it suits for an energy weapon like this. We'll go back into first person here, see if we can't peek around the corner, or we'll just phase through it. Okay, that just might be a dodgy wall then. I've never noticed that wall being dodgy in the history of this channel, and I'm bloody in here every day shooting people, so yeah, that makes me feel a little bit unperceptive. But we'll go ahead and just shoot you in the face if I can get the perspective right. Yeah, doing about 550 damage on those headshots without the sneak attack criticals assisting. So if you're nice and accurate with this weapon, it is very well rewarding. And once the projectiles get there, you can do yourself a lot of damage. So it does present a little bit of a skill gap into it, because you need to sort of learn this weapon properly and learn to sort of lead with it, although sometimes tracking targets in Fallout 4 is very unpredictable because they do slip and slide everywhere. But yeah, that adds a little bit more depth to the gun, which is nice. We'll go ahead and move on to Swan now, and hopefully we won't get our shoes stolen again. Don't worry, we won't. So before we take on Swan, I just want to go over the apparel mod I've got here. This is just some sort of mod that I found when I thought of this joke, so just a barefoot version of the Vault suit, which is funny if you're making shoe burglar jokes. But basically it's got physics on it on the boobs, if you really like that, and it's got a half unzipped thing rather than the full unzip, so you don't look like an entire foot. It is also compatible with the tactical swimsuit, so if you're feeling Australian, you can slap those on and there you go. But I think that doesn't suit winter all that much. Righto, got the boots back on, just like any Vault suit should have, and we'll get stuck into Swan here. Probably just do this the regular way with gratuitous sneak attack criticals, and interestingly it's got less shots in VATS than the anti-tank gun that we had yesterday, which is somewhat disappointing, but yeah, whatever. Usually pistols or energy weapons are quite good in VATS, and if you stack that it's yeah, pistol anyway, so yeah, there's no reason for it to have such low AP points, but I think we'll just go ahead and not use VATS because we seem to be hitting him much faster just backpedaling and shooting him every time, so that's kind of neat. And yep, nothing too much to say about this thing. As long as you can keep hidden, this could be said about most of the weapons that I bolster with sneak attack criticals, but as long as you can keep hidden, you can do yourself a lot of damage, and getting those hits on his head, doing very good there. Probably shouldn't aim down sight to this point because he is rather close to me. Hopefully he doesn't detect me, so it's over quicker, but yeah, this is basically what you can do with this thing if you just get max sneak and all of that. So yep. I will go ahead and mention that my sneak is also boosted by the weather. Since it currently is raining, that lowers the enemy's perception a bit, but it doesn't really lower yours because you can see through it just fine. But everything gets covered in nice specular textures or whatever, so it makes everything nice and shiny, and it's a little bit immersive, I suppose, but I think it's rather taxing on the frame rate sometimes. But anyways, almost killed Swan. And with a cheeky nut shot here, we should be able to kill him. There we go. And he's going to flip over there. So there you have it. That was a Plasma Cycler against Swan. It is performing very, very well indeed. And yeah, you don't need to have this thing modded all that bad. It has proven itself to do well against monsters and Gunner's Plaza. So all ticks in the damage department from me so far, which is nice. Okay, let's get stuck into this ghoul here and see what we can do. Now this ghoul's a little bit more squishy than Swan, so hopefully with a sneak attack critical stacked with a VATS critical, we can do a lot of damage. And you know what, that's okay, nothing too spectacular. we'll go ahead and shoot him again, doing much better damage, although I should probably stop with all of the critting because that is slowing down our shooting. But with one burst there with our thing, I think there's a war going on. Hang on, I'm going to kill you nice and quickly because I think my settlement's being raided and there might be gunners, and I don't really like gunners, so they're going to die as soon as you do. So if you could just stand there and take a few more sneak attack criticals. There we go. Some more will do you in pretty well. We'll just keep on critting him now, doing much better now that he's a little bit closer. Maybe range is the main limitation of this weapon, which a suppressed plasma bolt maybe won't be able to carry itself quite as far. Okay. We're in a little bit of trouble here now, but unfortunately for him, he hasn't detected us quite yet. Oh god, something is glitching with the sound. We better turn our attention to the settlement raid here, and look at all those turrets going off. Okay, yep, these definitely look like gunners, and I apologize for any hearing damage that may have caused. And yep, we'll get stuck into these gunners now. They're all cloaked, but they've all sort of gone past the mutation station, so that way we can just simply knock them down quite easily. Now they're coming out of being cloaked, we'll VATS you in the face, and it's going to take us a while to find our next target. I think I've gone completely deaf. Hopefully the, Roger. Okay, I thought that was just a basic settler who survived all that. And there's a sound coming back with a vengeance. All those turrets are broken, but the gunners had a similarly bad loss, and ow my ears. I'm just gonna cut this footage here so you don't go deaf. Righto, I think the last monster we'll take on today is the synth replica, so we'll just get stuck into that. Oh, we failed to defend Vault 88. Imagine my complete and utter shock. Anyways, we'll just try to run away for as long as we can. Okay, now it's go time. I think the best we can do here is just to do gratuitous VAT spammery, because unlike regular monsters that seem to be in this game, yeah, she'll bloody see her. She's got good eyesight. Very perceptive indeed. Anyways, we ought to run away now because we are in a lot of trouble here. Perhaps if we draw her into these things here, we'll get an upper hand and get a little sneak attack critical on her, but I don't think she's keen, or it's keen. I should not refer to a synth with those gendered pronouns because it is a robot. Anyway, we'll just keep on shooting that thing until it dies. Oh good, our projectiles aren't quite making it, and now we're getting a little bit of blind fire in return, and we'll shoot you in the head, see how we can do with that. Oh, going ahead and got a sneak attack critical there, but I'm going to back away because that is a lot of scary blind fire. Okay, maybe I was wrong about the perception thing. She's still as blind as a bat there. Alright. Okay, that was I think that was the meaning of suppression there. If I was playing Battlefield 3, my screen would be very blurry, but there you go. You can kill this abomination with it, and you can shoot its corpse if you feel like it, but I've got gore turned off so it won't explode, and I'm pretty sure it's protected, so that prevents explosions of corpses. But there you have it. That was the Plasma Cycler, a truly impressive little energy weapon indeed, and definitely a cut above the Officer's Revolver. So, if you'd like to see this weapon in your game, be sure to check out that description. There shall be a link down there for all of you. Just look out for your shoes. Yep, I did it again. Yeah, I'm just a comedian today anyway. Yep, make sure you check out the description if you're interested. And if you want to fight the synth boss that I fought in this video, then that'll be a thing there. And, okay, that bloatfly has to die now. He ruined my frame rate when I shot at him. Over here, mate. No, there's no way I'm going to hit him from here. Yep, check out the descriptions if you're interested in any of the mods you're seeing here, even if you want this particular Soul Survivor character thing in your game. There is a companion mod for all platforms too, so there's something here for everyone. Oh, nice dodge, Floaty. Or you're not getting away? Yes, you are. I'm going to cut it right here. Thank you for watching, guys.